Okay, here we go. Input gain. We have our sound recorder standing by. He will monitor what Fritzl says. Bring up the lights.
This is David Frost for the record, the interviewer. The interview subject is Mr. Joseph Fritzl. Mr. Fritzl, would you be so kind as to state your name and crime for the record?
Are you here to dissect me, Mr. Frost? Are your scalpels sharp enough for the operation? You know well that you don't want to cut me. Not deep enough, anyway. I know you, Mr. Frost. Your real desire is to have me stripped. Then you'd want to cover me in baby oil to get me all slippery for the...
Get the scrap, quote.
That's what you're going to get every time you misbehave. So let's be a good boy there, Joseph.
Fuck you.
Mr. Fritzl, how is it possible to keep an entire group of people underground for so many years? I mean, surely this secret would have been eating away at your soul for those 24 years. Don't you have any guilt for what you've done?
Please, one question at a time. You're gonna make me sick. I have no soul. I gave it to him along with my innocence all those years ago.
Gave your innocence to who? God?
No, you dick face. Adolf, of course.
Hitler.
That's what the children used to call him.
So what you were saying is that all your problems and your eventual plan to keep your family captive stemmed from being in the Hitler Youth Program.
This all goes much deeper than that. Even Hitler was just a puppet for the master plan. My decision to keep my children from the world, and that bitch known as my mother, was all part of the plan.
I don't quite understand what I'm hearing here, Mr. Fritzl. I'm talking about a man who imprisons an innocent person. His own flesh and blood. And then forces them to bear children. I mean, where do you get off with this?
It was a part of the Red Iron Project. Of course, it bears a different name through each generation. Once the germ crawls into the next host, that is when the cycle begins again. The host has no control. Sure, the germ, or Drakford, as it is known, is attached to a certain individual for their traits and values. In Fritzl's case, a petty rapist. What better specimen to use for the 9th phase?
9th phase?
Yes, the 9th phase. The global fish uprising. The prophecy claims that when the 7 albino children of the apocalypse stand in the locations of the beast in numerous places on Earth, their calls will be heard by the fishes, the world over. Then they will crawl onto land and take control of every last person on Earth, preparing for the transportation exodus.
Transportation exodus? What the fuck are you talking about?
The humans will serve as feed for a short time, but then we will have no use for them. They'll be forced onto giant rockets, and then shot straight into the sun.
Wouldn't the fish's air run out?
They will adapt, as will all the visitors who will descend on Earth from hell and beyond, once the human race has been eliminated.
And where does this leave you? I mean, I can't even comprehend what I am hearing here. Fish taking over the world. I mean, what use would anything be? They don't even have hands, for Christ's sake!